Welcome back to the HGC. Leftovers and Method currently facing off, and Leftovers are up 2-0, looking more like a 5-course meal as they're shutting down Method.
Screw you, I wanted to go for that job.
I stole it. Jacked.
Yeah, it was very creative.
Jacked, just like before. DAB's Tracer. See that segue?
Yeah,
perfect.
Saw that. There is a positive thing though for Method.
What?
It can't get worse.
They can plan their vacations, right?
No, I mean, at this point, like, think about it. If you go into the next map, you can literally just YOLO it in the draft, and it can't really get worse. You just lost with a 4-level disadvantage and 21-3 kills. So, I mean, it could be 21-0, but still, like, it's can only go uphill from here.
It's time to call an audible.
Silver linings. Silver linings.
Silver linings. Yeah. Focusing on the positives.
Yeah, exactly.
2018.
Exactly.
Continuing in and making sure that we are all getting inspired by all the positivity. Let's go to game on number 3. Tomb of the Spider Queen will be the map choice for Method.
It's what I'm known for.
It is. That's what I think of. When I need to be uplifted, I go to Caldor.
What would Calder do? Yeah. What would Calder say? What would Calder think about the situation?
We should make those bands for BlizzCon and just pass them around everyone. That'd be perfect. By Sunday, everyone's raging and throwing things on the ground and yelling at people in very efficient manners. You are awful. That is it. They just hold up their band. That's what Caldor would say. All right, so Tomb of the Spider Queen. That'd be a very pleasant scene, honestly. Like, that would be worth the effort of going out and buying all these bands, getting them hashtagged. That'd be a lot of work, but it'd be worth it.
That would be absolutely worth it. You know, a video compilation at the end of the event.
All right.
9!
Oh dear.
People yelling with a German accent.
What was the word you talking about? Dominato? Dominano? Dominato? That's your mother, right?
Deine Mutter.
Deine Mutter.
Dominato.
Look, you taught me that like 4 months ago, okay? At least I remember the D part.
There was a D in there somewhere.
There was a D in there.
Medivh banned out. We have Tomb as our map. And Leftovers, actually. Okay, so first of all, Method seems to be sticking with that bans again. Urel, Maiev, all right.
They have to take Diablo here, right? Leftovers?
I mean, that's...
First, yeah, 100%.
Garage being banned out. You have first pick now for the first time. You go Diablo.
You take out some of the strongest warriors that are available on this battleground. Garage
also,
on picks.
The only thing that Method could have done to react to it is instead of Maiev banning Diablo, then Garage and Diablo are banned. You go into Johanna or Muradin, leave the other one open, put more pressure onto the front line for Method. So, yeah. But okay, Urel is open. And Method has a chance to pick her.
Do it, Athero. No.
Tyrande Junkrats. Don't mind the rat. But Tyrande?
You're not feeling a loon right now? No loon?
I mean, if I'm Leftovers, then I'm banning a tank on the next rotation, on the next tank. Okay, so from a Leftovers perspective, you're already thinking about your next ban. And the choices are basically, am I worried about wave clear? Or am I worried about stun setups? And so you ban either Meridian or Johanna and leave the other one open and play around that. So if I'm Leftovers, I'm already happy with what I have and what I'm heading into here.
We get Kayn and Hanzo set up. Heals for Diablo, one of the easiest pairings you have too. With the Diablo shields coming in there with Decker Kayn, that is a very strong 1-3 for the Leftovers. And they have ample wave clear with Hanzo coming in with the explosive arrow. Very curious to see what Method's going to be going into here toward the later stages. What do we got for a ban? Mia Gul'dan.
I mean, okay, I get that. Makes a lot of sense against DAB and how he's been playing on Gul'dan, and they picked it a lot on this battleground. So, what are we going to see here? Is it going to be a tank ban, or they're going to try and target something else instead? So off lanes, of course, still up 2. You have, but your opponent has the earlier pick. They go into a Urel ban. I'm not even sure if I would have bothered. With the way that they've been playing around Urel and banning her out oftentimes, not prioritizing her, I can still see them pick her, but I'm not even certain if I would have bothered picking her, banning her at all. I would have probably still just gone for the front line and said like, yeah, whatever.
It would have been annoying for Leftovers though if they did get Junkrat and Urel. Displacement, Urel knocking you around.
Yeah.
Maybe just want to have clean engages. Johanna does come out for that wave clear. And there will be Thrall once again for Athero.
But again, I'm coming back on Tyrande. Do you really see any kind of big stun setups? again, not doubting that she adds a lot of other stuff through
Yeah.
her healing, through either the spell armor or the double cleanse. She's great. She gives you scouting opportunities around the boss and camps with her owl and has a lot of other assets. There's no doubt about that. But it just feels like they are not getting any value out of their stuns, and that has been one of my biggest concerns whenever they played the hero, that just the Lunar Flare synergy with anything else they had was never really there, and now I don't even see enough of that synergy that would convince me in any way. Also Team Frost on the other side.
Yeah. My golly, look at all these slows. There is going to be a field day here for Hanzo. He can set up his scatter arrows perfectly there. Jaina also, if we really wanted to, could have that Ring of Frost come out. Lots of CC to lock some folks down. Leftovers feeling pretty strong, but mostly it's that wave clear. Tassadar will be the final pickup, and we are going to have the double support Dream for Method.
So we talked about earlier, if you play Tassadar, then you want to be more on a map where wave clear is super important. That really fits the bill here. Wave clear is great. You have Johanna, you have Tassadar, Junkrat, even Thrall.
But no major auto attack.
Yeah, where do you get your kills from?
Tyrande. Just give me an option. I'm not saying it's right. It's a discussion, though. She still has Domination in archery. You can build into that.
So Arthur's Jaina.
I don't like it for Method.
Yeah.
I'm a little...
I love that wave clear.
Yeah?
If they can snowball that a little bit through an objective early on, if they can get established... I mean, Tassadar gives you vision, he gives you the wave play, you can push the lanes out faster. If you have good rotations, you can try and claim the first objective, maybe establish that early lead, go into the second turn in. That I can see. Outside of that particular style, I'm not feeling it there. I feel Arthas is going to run Thrall down again in a lot of these engagements. He can do the same thing to Junkrat, to Tyrande as well. And Diablo is going to have a great time making the plays. And you have a Jaina behind you that follows up on any kind of CC.
Game 3. Tuma Spider Queen. Leftovers versus Method. If Leftovers wins, they will be going to face off against Fnatic tomorrow. If Method loses, they are going home. On the left side in the blue, Portyboss on Arthas, Linked on Deckard Cain, Mopsy on Diablo, Blakitney on Jaina, and DAB on Hanzo.
And here on the last map of the series towards the right side, we have Method with AD Artie on Tassadar. We're currently having Bad Benny on Johanna. Nick on the other side finds himself on Junkrat, and we're having a Thera Angel on Thrall with Curson playing Tyrande again.
So the wave clear will be a major priority for Method. The issue is that Leftovers has some decent wave clear themselves, but also damage to find kills, so Method will have to play careful here. Tassadar will help out with some armor at level 4 when he picks up his talents. It should help against the burst from Jaina, but will it be enough?
I'm a huge fan of Jaina in a good composition. I really like it. If she doesn't have a good composition, she's oftentimes easily taken down later on. But if you have a great setup at the front that protects her and also good support to watch out for her, that burst damage that comes out of Jaina is just fantastic to secure early kills. She has a lot of wave clear too that really helps you to take camps if you really want it later on.
Yeah, quite explosive. You can move into the machine gun build there where you're dropping down Qs left and right. Curson by himself again, going for rotation down to his teammate. This has happened actually 3 times now on this battleground. It seems like he always goes for that rotation, and teams have caught on to that.
It's not only this battleground. Curson has that problem quite a bit lately, where he makes rotations and gets caught. That's not only on him, though. It's really also the opponent sniffing out what's happening there. But Leftovers was aggressively waiting for someone to rotate out. They created an imbalance on the map. They waited for the rotation to happen, and then they immediately followed up on it. And that's another early kill secured for them. And yeah, Method being down 2 maps in the series and then heading straight into this situation doesn't really help.
One of the great things about Jaina too is if you have someone that can hold down your bruiser camp, you can clear those out in a fast manner. Leftovers will grab their camp, but Method did the same. On the right side, as Tyrande and Tassadar, Junkrat are able to clear that out, and they'll have the middle lane pushing in. Now we do have Method with a lead in turn-ins right now. 18 gems dropped off, but Leftovers has 22 from themselves if they have time to drop it off themselves.
Camps colliding in the middle of the map now. Bad Benny also needs to be careful. I mean, obviously you know that Diablo is waiting in the shadows there somewhere. Tassadar is dealing with the top wave. Earlier level 4, trying to see if they can maybe create another opportunity, but they couldn't really flip Bad Benny over into the seal that Link was providing there.
Explosive arrow come online level 4. Interesting, DAB has been running that auto attack build on Volskaya Foundry, which makes sense, of course, with you being around the control point. I was wondering if he would pull it off on other maps, but for this build, he's gone for the standard one with the Scatter Arrow into Explosive Arrow. Expect Scatter Arrow at level 7-2. Do have this Night Camp winning in the middle for Leftovers, which his method needs to focus on that a bit more, but that should get some time for Leftovers to drop off some gems. Ooh, nice delay here by Curson.
Yeah, Curson gets at least this. And I mean, this is good delay potentially in general, but Mobsino also with the turn-in on his own. Both of the teams just aiming for the first turn, and you can already tell that Method, if they wanted to control the wave clear, it's not quite working out as intended. They definitely have the tools, but they also exist on Leftover's side, and they're using them actually really well here. Another stun connecting with Link, but Benny is starting to be a bit low, gets slowed, and has to use the Unstoppable to get out of it.
Body Boss controlling that bottom lane. Athero has gotten close to finishing off his quest, sitting at 13, but you can tell it's becoming a real major issue against Arthas. He can't step up. If you get locked down, you might actually fall victim. And Arthas has a big hitbox there, makes it hard for you to finish off your Echo of the Elements, but he's working on it slowly but surely. 27 gems in total dropped off, and Leftovers will have enough for a full turn-in. Method themselves are getting pretty close, need about 8 more. While Leftovers just continue to seem to really be controlling these rotations, constantly being in the face of Method.
And they're really creating space. I mean, you already saw that AD already was thinking about trying to move close for Storm so that he can interrupt in a turn-in again. And immediately you have Diablo just creating the space to zone him out. And plays like that are just important, especially when it comes to the early objectives, when everybody is neck to neck. So they'll allow themselves to get the first Rapid Wave here. And that's another great start into the game. It's just a question of how much damage can you do with that? How are you going to get those walls at the front?
Should be able to get a little bit here. Johanna and Tassadar are going to be the best for the wave clear. Junkrat can rotate between lanes too. He should probably hold that top side and rotate down. Typically what you'll see.
Super late quest, by the way, here for Thrall.
Yeah, finally done though. Had a good time right when the web waivers are being turned in. Now you can at least fight if you do. Oh, poor Curson, man. I feel like this should become the Bermuda Triangle for him.
I didn't know that we have a replay.
Gotta mute.
Okay, it wasn't that funny.
It's not that funny.
It was good, but it wasn't that funny.
It's not that funny. I don't know why. Oh, you know those like random jokes that just hit you in the right spot? That was, oh. Yeah.
Second kill against Tyrande again. Same position, basically. Curson goes down, and of course he couldn't come at a worse time. She is back to business now, but that created an opportunity to go for the fort. And they're going for Benny too. He's able to walk away from this one, but things are looking a bit grim already for Method. Losing a lot on that first turn-in. And that's usually the one that you can still easily defend against. Not so in this case.
They do defend. They have a total of 51 gems available for them. Leftovers don't have that immediate turn-in that you're looking for. They did have an early first turn-in, but at least they got a half-level experience lead, and now their main goal is to accumulate gems, set up for the second turn-in, but also just make sure that Method doesn't drop anything off. If they can find somebody to pick off that has a decent amount of gems, say an Athero with 21, that would be a massive play for them as we head to the mid-game.
I mean, any kind of kill at the map control is already something that Leftovers are aiming for, and especially when they're getting the Siege Giants down at the bottom, they're going to force a response. It just feels that no matter what happens here, Leftovers control both of those turn-in points so well that it's tough for Method to make a play here. Diablo alone is controlling the top quite easily, and now the camp at the bot lane is taken, and they're starting to really put on the pressure here. Athero is going to be in a spot where he needs some assistance. Someone has to rotate down to help him out here. And there's still no completed turn-in for Method. And when you look at experience, you can really tell that Leftovers are more and more aiming for that second turn-in around a level 10. And how do you stop that if you're Method? I don't think you can, actually.
I mean, you just surprise somebody, but Leftovers are making sure they are not surprised. Body Boss doing his best to soak the bottom lane, but playing safe, constantly checking the bushes above him. He has an easy escape route if he needs to get away from there with that Icebound Fortitude finally coming online. He has a defensive build too, and Leftovers, the rest of them just screwed up as 4 until they had an idea of where Method was. Finally, they come here to the middle lane, and they actually push with this Night Camp. Method is not equipped for this, and this fort is going to be picked off, and then Leftovers immediately afterwards, with 8 more gems, can go for an immediate turn-in.
Everything that the Leftovers do here today just says, we want to go to BlizzCon. Everything, every step, every rotation, every kill is just, Fnatic, we're coming for you. Fnatic, we hope you're watching. Tomorrow it's your turn. That's what the Leftovers are currently just screaming on the top of the lungs in this game.
And they have no signs of slowing down. A bad Benny gets caught here in the middle. Iron Skin comes out. Even a Ring of Frost being used. continues. Bad Benny trying to escape. Gets to the top right corner, but Mopsio will finally secure the takedown as Leftovers will find a pick and look to eye the boss. With Lightning Breath and Stay a While, listen for the Leftovers. They should be able to control this. There's no way Ethereal can rotate from the bottom lane, and Leftovers should be able to take this boss.
Especially since there's no level 10. Leftovers are going to have that advantage. Method finally gets it, but still Thrall is at the bot lane. They know that. There's still a hero dead, and it's a tank, so that's an easy boss to be taken. And there's not even a turn in to counteract it. Thrall is now trying to get it, but we already have Arthas with an interrupt here. So he's trying to do it again, but Boss is going to interrupt him once more, so there's no counter turn in at this point to buy the time to safely deal with the boss while your opponent has to deal with the Web Weavers.
And the boss is being defended in the top by Junkrat, but that gives time for some gems to be dropped off for the Leftovers. See if Arthas will rotate over and start to do that.
They got another turn.
Trying to stop, or trying to turn in himself.
If they get Blake Kidney into a position to turn his gems off, they have another turn in right here. And Ethereal holds on to a massive amount of gems.
Yeah.
If he at any point dies, it's just lights out for Method.
He went Earthquake too, so he'll be playing a little bit on the safer side, but if he does get died,
there's the rotation.
Immediate save.
Jaina snuck down to the bottom turning point, and Blake Kidney is going to get it.
This is 4 since 13 for Leftovers.
Look where Ethereal is going. Ethereal is already moving all the way back. He's like, okay, boys, I'm up. I got way too many gems. Way too many. We don't have vision right now. Now they know where they are, but at the moment he lost vision, and the moment the turn-in happened, he immediately moved all the way back and said, like, yeah, I'm not going to stay here. If they flank me, if they invade the fort at any point and go on me, we're going to lose all the gems, and that's our only chance to make a comeback happen.
That's safe play, though. Let's Leftovers prep that bottom lane by clearing out the minions and allow the Web Weavers to push forward, and the rest of the team can now group up and head towards a different direction. Four of them already in the middle here, looking to open up this keep. Thrall will be on the top side. He'll be able to clear up that Web Weaver, but Arthas, knowing that there's no Thrall nearby and multiple members already in the middle lane, clears out the bottom and sets up for the keep, which Leftovers can rotate toward afterwards.
Tacita hasn't taken his 10 yet, but is there any other choice in Archon here? There's very little synergies with a Force Wall. If they had a Diablo and could use that or anything else, I might think that might be worth it here. But I feel if you go Force Wall here, you're doing Leftovers a favor. There's the Taya. They're a team 2-level lead already, and they are starting to push for the wall. Try and eliminate the wall early, open it up so you can attack the keep later. 1.5 level lead still. Trying to go, okay, Joanna with the Unstoppable moves out, but still no ult for ADRD.
I think you need to be careful here. With Dragon Arrow being available, Leftovers can turn this around. They're trying to bait out Method a bit. Maybe make them think that they can maybe force a fight. Okay, they're playing slow. They're playing careful. Method shouldn't get caught out. Ethereal steps up too. They're holding on. If they can get this level up, they do have a turn-in, and, well, they'll have 2 available, because they can drop 5 more. They'll have a total of 80 gems on them. They can deal with 2 turns in back-to-back. They gotta win a team fight, or at least think it's turn-in somehow.
It's all about controlling Thrall for Leftovers now. Keep your eyes on Thrall. Everyone else, they can turn in. It doesn't matter. Even if they get a turn-in, who cares? As long as Thrall loses at some point the gems, you're going to be golden. And right now, there's the interrupt, the first one. Boss dodging out on the stun. Turn in for the red team, but again, we have Ethereal still with 40 gems.
Force Wall.
We go for Force Wall.
Trying to make sure if Diablo ever oversteps, then they can lock him in.
I am absolutely not a fan. I really think they need the damage. What are you going to do with that Force Wall?
I guess it can slow down someone enough for you to set up a displacement mine, but the damage is definitely missing. It's all Thrall here. Yeah,
but now also he doesn't have the second, he doesn't have his second dimensional shift, so he's down.
Lightning
Goes
Breath.
down immediately. Kirsten falls too. It's a double kill. They're trying to go for Ethereal. Can't get him. That would have been the dream. But now you have a Web Weaver wave, and you just lost 2 heroes. And I really think that the Force Wall is a massive mistake here.
Free defense for Leftovers too, especially with those kills coming in. Might tickle that top lane a little bit, but with Jaina heading over, should be a fast cleanup. Yeah. When's this boss coming up? Is it about to spawn once again? Has it been that long enough in this game? This game feels like it's dragging a bit. Yeah, should be spawning right after this. Well, 1 minute.
1 minute.
Okay.
But again, look at that Experience lead. I said earlier I can't get worse. I might have been lying. 5-0 in kills. It's not that bad just yet, but really, this is not looking pretty. Again, they're going for Benny. Ethereal with 53 gems now. 53. Can they drop Mopsio? Force Wall is there. They're trying to go in again. Mopsio can use that as another stun opportunity too.
That Benny on the front line, able to survive, gets a shield too. Leftovers are close to their own turn-in again.
I'm usually a big fan of Force Ball. I think it's a fantastic ult.
But you need damage,
yeah,
right?
and heavily underplayed now. But I still think you need the damage. And I also don't think that you can trap anyone at that front with the Force Wall so that they can't escape. I just don't see that.
I mean, there is the possibility that you can pick off a Jaina who doesn't have Ice Block yet. If you get a Heart Mark on her.
If you get a Jaina Force Wall solo, then that Jaina is heavily out of position.
True. I'm just trying to find the straws here. That Method's trying to grab, you know? It seems
if you can somehow get a good displacement through Junkrat,
yeah,
then I can see it. That would be great. But so far, Leftovers have, from a positional perspective, played a great game.
Bruiser can't grab to help out with the defense, but Mopsia takes the opportunity to jump in. He goes straight for Tassadar. He uses Dimensional Shift to get away. Lightning Breath almost set up for the kill. Even the Dragon's Arrow getting used. Two ults down for Leftovers.
Leftovers are super confident right now. They're throwing their ults on these cases. They're saying, guys, we're so far ahead. Use your abilities. Try and get these kills. And with that, we were waved now, and still 2-level lead in a few seconds. 3-level lead. They should be able to get severe damage in. I mean, the lanes are pushed out already, so they're already knocking on every single keep.
Toronto might just have to use Starfall down here in the bottom lane to try and save this keep. Actually, it looks like it might already be down. Weber's here, Riptire used, Body Boss and Momtu gets hit, but it barely phases him.
Yeah, they defended the mid lane, but barely. And now Thrall is rotating topside to try and deal with that. Ring of Frost comes out again. They're going for Johanna, and down she goes. Johanna is dead, and literally Portibus just walking them down now. Walking down Curson here. If Thero sits at 53 gems, if he falls, it's all over. Curson is about to go down. Portibus mercilessly just using the slows here. It's a disaster. Leftovers, a perfect play. Here comes the Force Wall. Again, not enough. Portibus walks out. Keep at the bot lane is already gone, and the one at the top is falling as well.
All 5 Leftovers back away after 2 get picked off. There's a free boss from the move over and start grabbing. Method still has a turn in here, 70, but what's that do? Delay the game with 2 keeps taken down. Catapult pushing the top and the bottom. Leftovers with a massive lead.
Yeah. Fnatic would have loved for this to be a close series. The more games the Leftovers have to play, the more composition, the more maps they have to show. But as it stands, it looks more and more like Leftovers are going to have a clean victory against Method, and they definitely put Fnatic on notice here. That was a bit unfortunate for Marcio here.
Push for the win here, right? Leftovers having a 4-level lead, a full talent lead, building towards 20, already pushing up. See what Leftovers can do here. They have almost all their heroics waiting on Arthas here. And here we go.
There's at least the Web Weaver wave, but again, how long are those going to last? Not enough.
Should be
oh, they try to go for the kill here, and they might get it. Nope. Jaina still moves away, is able to escape. No kill against Flick Kidney. That was the one chance that Method had, but it didn't work out. The Leftovers, they want to go to BlizzCon. They want to play against Fnatic tomorrow in the last playoff match in Europe, and it's looking more and more likely that they can make that dream a reality. Method goes down on the core, 50%, 40-20. This is game as the Leftovers take down Method with a 3-0 and advance to face Fnatic in the final playoff match.
That is right. Our final match is set for our final spot for BlizzCon. It's going to be Fnatic taking on the Leftovers tomorrow. A quick match for the Leftovers today, getting a 3-0 over Method. Method will now be able to start their vacation early. It was great seeing them in the HGC. Phase 2, a bit of a bummer for them overall, but it was great to have them compete. They put on some really solid games throughout the last few weeks.
Leftovers versus Fnatic. Everybody was talking about it being the match that most likely will decide who goes to BlizzCon. Yeah. It's what we expected, and it's what we're going to get.
It better be a 5-mapper. I want a 5-mapper, man. I mean, today was a 3-0. It happens.
I don't know if I can handle a 5-mapper in that series, though.
It's stressful, but that's what we've been building up to for the last few weeks, man.
Put yourself into the shoes of the players there. Tomorrow, I feel... For me, really, it comes down to not only... Like, we know that both of the teams are great. It comes down to mental strength tomorrow for me, personally. That's it. Because if at any point you start doubting yourself and your team and your abilities to make it work, I can see that just that makes your opponent win. So I think it's really a mental battle tomorrow that we're going to see there, where when you lose a map, you have to be able to say, okay, screw it. Just forget about the map, go into the next one, and...
do or die, man. Let's go over to Mopsio, though, who just
best.
got a 3-0 over. The Leftover just got a big win here as they took out Method. Mopsio, congratulations on your big victory. Did you expect a 3-0 today over Method?
What is this question?
It's a question.
Of course.
You expected a 3-0. You thought you could just stomp them in the ground.
I expected to smash them like a fly. Like this, you know?
You did smash them like a fly. Honestly, was this a series that you guys took a little bit on the serious side, or were you guys more focused for tomorrow? Because that's the big matchup that I think everyone was kind of looking forward to.
We didn't want to show anything specific here. We just wanted to play standard solid game, good rotations, good macro, and we just wanted to outplay them because yesterday we watched their games, we saw the weak points, and we thought we just can repeat them and do our job.
Awesome, man. Well, I'm going to send you over to Caldor. Congrats on your win today.
So, I'm not going to waste any time with the series today. You guys dominated it. You had a 3-0. There was absolutely no challenge. Tomorrow is the big one. Talk to me about Fnatic. How is the series tomorrow going to go? Are we going to get the 5 games, or what do you think about that match?
Bless RNG.
You really think it's going to come down to what does it come down to? Mental strength?
I'm silent. We will do our best.
Wait, Mopsio's not going to talk?
Dude, you have been the biggest shit talker that we had on Twitter in the last months, and now you're looking in the interview and you're saying to me, I'm not going to say anything. Are you kidding?
About this matchup? No.
All right.
Tomorrow is Sunday. I wake up in the morning, brush my teeth. I go to church. I do the cross sign, bless RNG, and I let God play for me.
Okay.
All right.
What hero does God prefer to play? What's his main? What does God main? Diablo?
I think we both share the same heroes.
All right.
I think we both share the same heroes, so it will be difficult.
God is the Diablo main, confirmed by Mopsio. Thank you.
All right, Mopsio. Well, if you don't have anything to say about the series at all, is there anything that you would like to say to the players of Fnatic as you prepare for tomorrow's matchup?
I don't know what to say. Like,
this is weird, Mopsio. This isn't you, man. What's going on?
One of the interviews is like, I didn't expect us, like, I expected us to win. I didn't expect us to like, go so widely. And like, honestly, I don't know what to say. Like, I know I've spent like so much time for the past year just to work my ass off and just show the good level of competitive play. And I'm just happy that they delivered. And at this moment, I'm speechless.
Okay, I have a question.
I'm sorry.
I got another question for you. Seriously, at the beginning of the year, would you have expected to be in this place right now? When you made all...
Not expect. I hoped. I had a faith, but I didn't expect.
Okay, so that beginning of the year, you played still with Zealots and then Roll20. You made it far at the Western Clash. But when you joined then the Leftovers, was there did you actually think that you would have a chance to maybe qualify for BlizzCon? Or was it just, okay, I'm joining a team that has just barely made it through the Crucible right now, and we're at the bottom of the standings. It's a team there where I can see a perspective, but did you believe that there's a chance you're finding yourself in a final match to attend the biggest tournament of the year?
So many complicated questions. Like, can you ask me like how I like the weather or something?
I heard that the weather in Europe right now is absolutely horrible. It's cold, it's wet. I'm not really interested in that. It's sunny in California. That's all that matters to me. So, yeah, tough questions for you. I'm sorry.
I don't know. Like,
what do you mean you don't know?
Leftovers, when I was joining the Leftovers, we had a talk.
Okay.
And we set up a goal to qualify for Western Clash and to go there for fun and get the experience. That was the goal.
All right.
We accomplished the goal. We keep working. We didn't change like the work ethic, etc. But we have no expectations. It's a classic Leftovers without expectations.
Okay, I'm loving that. I can get fully behind that. And so far, you guys delivered. I wish you all the best for tomorrow. For me, it's going to be a super hype series. I don't even know how you guys are going to feel about that. You must be pumped already, and adrenaline is going to rush through your veins. But yeah, I can't wait for tomorrow. I wish we could play today, to be honest.
I wish not.
All right, Mopsio, I'm going to let you go.
I want to have a proper sleep because I didn't have one.
Okay, well, I'm going to let you go so you can sleep tonight and prepare for tomorrow's matchup. Before you go, are there any words you want to share with those at home that are cheering you on?
As it might be my last shout-out of this phase. Thank you for all the fans everywhere. Twitter, Facebook, Twitch. Thank you for all the good messages, for the all appreciation. Reddit as well, and like to everybody who's supporting me and my teams whenever I join, it's speechless. And I don't know. We still look for organization, of course, but since the season is ending, we lost hope. So maybe tomorrow it will be our last hope for getting the organization.
Awesome. Well, all done,
Thank
man.
you.
Thank you, Mopsio. We'll see him tomorrow with the rest of his team as Leftovers takes on Fnatic.
And since we have them tomorrow for maybe the last time in this year, depending on the outcome of the game and who goes to BlizzCon, keep in mind that we also have started phase 3 of the cheers, and Leftovers is definitely a team that people need to cheer for a lot in Twitch chat. And that includes today, but also tomorrow. So the team is still looking for support here too. So if there's any organizations out there, definitely talk to them. I mean, they have had an upward trajectory from the beginning of the year, an impressive run. And no matter if they make it to BlizzCon or not, that is definitely a team to watch out for 2019 as well. There's no doubt about that.
I'm oddly incredibly excited for the series tomorrow because of Mopsio's reaction right there. That is the most shaken I have ever seen him. He is actually a little bit nervous about this battleground, which means it's going to be a nail biter. It's going to be an incredible series, and that'll be tomorrow here at the HGC. Make sure that you guys tune in. We are done here for today as Leftovers got the 3-0 over Method. Up next will be HGC North America. We'll see you next time. Benny, who's looking for a flip, but he can't quite get it. The slows and the resets are too much.
They're trying to go in the wolf again, and DAB popping off and bodying ADRD.
DAB with a big combo. Bad Benny trying to come in. Method feeling like this might be the only fight they have here. Big combo straight into Bad Benny, and he is cleaned up too. Leftovers starting to get a few kills here, realizing they have to take this fight. They are stepping up, but Leftovers backing away from the fight. They know they have the Immortal. DAB gets comboed. Oh, he's able to dodge out at the last second.
Like hit me the entire time. Every time he's caught, every time there's a stun coming his way, he has his number. Down goes ADRD. He's not the only one. Nick falls too, and this is just gonna be it. Adiro falls, a triple kill.
So looking to get a quick 5v4 and take out a target.
Adiro.
Walked out one. Sank. Mopsio
barely gets out. Mopsio gets out. Every ult is being popped here. In the back line, Boss are trying to go for it. A triple Howling Blast. Arthur's doing work. Benny, again, low. Needs to be cautious here, but he falls. Tries to get the value with the explosion against Mopsio. Finds it, but it's again not enough to get a kill. It's 2, it's 3, it's 4. They're all going down here. They go for ADRD, and that's going to be a team wipe as Mopsio and friends just show no mercy here.
Garrosh is coming over here. Druin just came out. Looking at Mopsio, DAB poking where he can. Massive taunt to connect. Lornado to separate them. Mopsio trying to retreat away. Curson comes in, gets a pulse bomb, and there's a parting gift too. It's Christmas.
They're going in. Down goes Whitemane. They want more. Link is low. Finally killed for Method. But Aethero falls, and he's not the only one. Mephisto is biting the dust.
New rule coming in. Nick finds the tether on Boss, and Method's going to keep up with his full aggression all in. They just have to. This is all they can do right now. Try to force fights, try to find one big. Yeah. Mopsio ready for it, though. Another taunt comes out. Boom. Whitemane's done. Boss tossed it straight on top of ADRD. ADRD, please get off me! But Thrall picked off in the top left.
The Riptide to the face, and then the kills against Thrall and Mephisto. And this is just Leftovers saying, okay, boys, we're done with this. What are you going to do with that Force Wall?
I guess it can slow down someone enough for you to set up a displacement mine, but the damage is definitely missing. It's all Thrall here.
Yeah, but now also he doesn't have his second dimensional shift, so he's down.
Lightning
Goes
breath.
down immediately. Curson falls too. It's a double kill. They're trying to go for Aethero. Yeah, they defended the mid lane, but barely. And now Thrall is rotating topside to try and deal with that. Ring of Frost comes out again. They're going for Johanna, and down she goes. Johanna is dead, and literally Portible's just walking them down now. Walking down Curson here. Aethero sits at 53 gems. If he falls, it's all over. Curson is about to go down. Portible is mercilessly just using the slows here.
You expected a 3-0. You thought you could just stomp them in the ground.
I expected to smash them like a fly. Like this, you know?
You did smash them like a fly. Honestly...